You know, and the sad reality is ultimately every once in a while we end up doing stories on people who put their trust and faith into somebody who was there to help them, and they end up getting ripped off.
Yeah, you definitely want to do your research after that. We always see the bad guys coming out after storms roll through, so do your research.
Let's talk about tonight. Let's talk about Texas OU tomorrow when it comes to the weather. Jeff Ray, based on when I last saw you earlier, tomorrow looks spectacular for the game.
Wonderful. I know we had to suffer last night in the severe weather, and of course the chilly morning. We have an even colder morning coming up tomorrow morning, but I tell you, it has cleared the air of summer, and that summer in September that went into October that would not leave, well, it's gone now, and we're certainly going to enjoy the best weekend weather for the fair that we've had so far on this particular run. Hey, before we get into all that, I want to talk from one Longhorn to another. But this Longhorn doesn't talk, so I got Trey Hamlet here. Trey's an expert on Longhorns, which is quite a title. No, really, Trey, what is your title here at Fair? Because you have a particular role here.
I work with the Livestock 101 program, where we're trying to educate people who aren't in agriculture about what's happening in Texas agriculture-wise and what animals are here on the ground showing. They learn about ag production here in Texas, so especially with livestock.
You're walking around doing a lot of explaining to people like me who don't know anything about it, right? Hey, talk about Texas Pride behind me, because this is a champion. Right?
He was the grand champion trophy steer during the Texas Longhorn show here last week.
And this is mostly judged really by the spread of his horn, but I know the structure of him as well.
Right, his conformation, the size of his horns and the trophy steers, because that's the trophy end of it. And then his hide pattern, how big his feet are even in that breed of cattle. But that's kind of harsh. It's the look.
Yeah, the
look.
You
want the look.
And, you know, I guess my last point about this, that a lot of think this is a trophy animal. You know, they come from, the Spanish brought them here. They lived out in the wild, feral, and then all of a sudden we're herding them up and starting a cattle drive business. But they're really more than a trophy animal.
Oh, that's right. I mean, they're still a registered cattle breed. Their headquarters is in Fort Worth, but they're a beef animal, just like Herefords, just like Brahmins and Brangus. They're a beef animal.
Yeah, his head went up when you said that, by the way.
He was worried about the beef part.
I think at 7, he's pretty safe at this point.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Trey.
Yes, sir.
It's just been a joy talking to you. I mean, I know the cattle industry is huge in Texas, but in my heart, this is what you mean by that, because, you know, I went to UT, Aggie. Okay, let's talk about the weather. The satellite radar, you know, I was showing you earlier, it's all clearing away. So let me show you currents. Now, temperatures are starting to recover here across most of North Texas. It was chilly across the morning. We had all the rain. We had all that going on. But as the sun came out, things got better, and we got at least into the 50s in most locations, even snuck in a 60 or 2 here. Hour by hour forecast as we go through the evening. Make sure you're dressing in layers. I know it was in the 90s yesterday, and I'm telling you to dress in layers tonight as temperatures will be dropping through the 40s. Now, that sat radar loop I was telling you about, you can see all the rain, the clouds are left, and they're leaving for the weekend. We don't have rain really again until we're talking about Tuesday. But let's talk about that weekend forecast, because tomorrow morning it's going to get down to 40 degrees. Now, that's inside the metro area. Outside of the Metroplex, we're going to have lows in the 30s, upper 30s, but frost in some of the lower lying areas. It's going to be a shocker of a start to the day. Now, we've been in the strong north wind all day. That's not going on tomorrow. Tomorrow is just a little bit of a north wind. It's going to be a nice day because it warms up into the upper 60s, and then on Sunday, it warms up into the upper 70s after a start in the 50s, so just absolutely gorgeous fall weather. Here's your extended forecast. As you can see, we are talking about temperatures actually in the 80s on Monday and on Tuesday before the next cold front arrives, and that front won't be nearly as cold. It'll knock us down a few degrees, but it brings some rain chances again Tuesday, actually Monday night into Tuesday night. And then we'll spend the rest of the work week trying to recover from that front and end up into the 80s. Hey, guys, stick with us. Later on, I'm going to be shearing sheep. You heard me right, shearing sheep. That's going to go on in about 15 minutes. You want to stay around for that? Never done it before. Never done it before.
We will look forward to that.